Chaim Levrov.
What's your life for me tonight?
Why?
36 years ago, I got married tonight.
Wow. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Even though you're working so hard. Ze komen heim benacht lernen.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
36. Wow.
36.
You're coming closer to me.
Very nice. Okay, very good.
Hashem give you a lot of price. Oh man, somebody sent me a WhatsApp and it says, the guy came to the room and said, give me a head. I want to live forever. So the Rob says, fine, I'll give you a good idea. Get married. He said, and then you change your mind. Right.
Chocham, Omair. Okay, so it's a Maamaar. Let's before Pesach we did already 12 Divrei Torah. We did Misholam. Let's learn a Maamaar.
Make sure you're on.
Yeah. Welcome. Mahu used to say that Chocham Mahu Omair the Pshat that Chocham Mahu Omair. When you know if he's a Chocham exactly. Chocham Mahu Omair why this a Chocham Mishpat Mishati Vashim Lakin Vescham Marto Labin Chabad Mi Yenu Lafar B'Mitzrayim. V'Etzena Shem B'Mitzrayim Yad Chazak Mesayim V'Tzavein Hashem Lasses Kol HaChocham Ein Liyidus Hashem Lakein. This is all the psukim the Chazal Darshan is about the Chocham and the question and the answer. When the Frierdiker came to America, first Pesach, he lived in a little for a while in a little town in New Jersey called Lakewood, and that's where he was for Pesach, and that's where he said the first Maimon there was in America.
Put the seed for the Jewish. That's what happened.
Machu Chocham Apitoida Shrei Nikre B'Shem Chocham B'Torah Shabbat V'Mashilt Ba'God Mai Shalos Moi Sachukim Chocham Yidei B'Vade Kol Zem Rish Lois V'Kamekim Tzarech Lavim Amashivin Lai Vodem Yin L'Par V'Mitzrayim V'Mekim Shenikre B'Shem Chocham B'Vade Yedei Zeh So Machatshim Lo Imam Machatshim B'Mayna Zeh Gav Shemayna Zeh Kol Yana Pesach Mevur Mevforish Yagod V'Pirush Hem Shchapiska Chocham Oimer. V'Afat Hamor Lo Eim Aftir Nacha Pesach Afikem Nish. Mad Moshe Kosov B'Parshin. Avod Min Shuv Lil Bagode Amor Lo Oit Shor Hilchus Pesach Oit Ad Dober Achron Shaboy Shehu Eim Aftirim. Komakem. Yosef Ben Chocham B'Vad Yedum Lo Kol Unyon Meilu Mao Achidush B'Mayna Zeh. It's tak interesting. There's those that say that yeah, I need a chidush. I was listening to Kol Baramas that he said. So that you have to have a chiddush every night of day. I don't know. Ad kedekach. But the shayla's taka what's the pshat? What's the shayla? And what's the teretz? So obviously the answer is that it's akasha. Sometimes it's akasha, but it's a tmiya, like he's going to say in the answer. Seichel the kedusha can never understand this Indian. It's at seichel the kedusha. It doesn't make sense. Every year. Pesach, it doesn't make sense. And the answer, there's always the same answer.
But question, same answer before.
Yeah, but epis select nicht up. Okay. Gam medayek mashkos etzena shem mitzrayim vetzeven las kol chukim the mashma shel fish etzena met mitzrayim lechen tzevon las chukim lechoyre ma shechus in yonim zelazeh. What's the kasha? The kasha is as a shkoida. Fakert, it's all mavs lokedis. Kedai it's kedeshim shabadim li. Isibulakim mitzvahs. But the answer is it's a sibulakim mitzvahs the mishpat. Shehem mitzvahs shasechel machayim. Machina mitzvahs the edis the af shasechel. What's that? Atzmi ene machayim makomakim gam sechel mayben shitzarech las zechel miyura. Mashenke chukim shem mitzvahs shem lahem. Welcome to Sefer Klal Shina Mesidus Nefesh Shalom Ma'il Masechet Keitzor Ma'avdus Machiyavas Laklasses in Yom Shalamatel Minyan Avdus Hashem Shovel Avdus Avol Ein turn the page Ein Ze Machai Minyan Mesidus Nefesh Shalom Ma'il Minyan Avdus Shrei Lo Yimse Nafshu B'Chdei Lotzes Ma'avdus. The average person, Amazon is an avid. He's not going to kill himself to be oistav. He's not going to run away from his master because he doesn't want to be an avid. But to say to go kill himself, so that's the Frierdiker is asking. In the Pasuk emphasizes the yin of Itzavenu, Hashem is kol hachukim ha'ele. And that's in the psukim that I answer. So we said, Avodim Yinu Veitzini, Veitzavenu Las Kol HaChukim. So if you're going to talk about Taka B'chlolas Chazal Zeh, Kedai Hi Ha'itzo, Kedai Shimishu B'Adam Li. But here, again, something else to this, Niglei Har. Maybe she took a Zeh, Kedai Shimishu B'Adam Li, what's next to Kashas? But for the Chassidus is asking, Mela Chukim Eidus Mishpat. But here, Chukim is B'chlolas Meram, is, Mesiris Nefesh. So to say that kedayet kadesh timsuru navshachem li satak mishkin klep. That's the question. Came on, I'm a kimisher. It's a man. Hashem mitzrayim lachem mitzrayim es kol achukim shchukim shalom alam etam b'das. Shkol shem mitzrayim nefesh avshe b'toyrim whenever tam al mitzrayim nefesh inyan mitzrayim nefesh atzmei nicht b'toyrim. Taka the Torah never tells us a reason for mitzrayim nefesh, but it does tell us the mitzvah. There is somebody showing him learning from the Pasuk B'Hafta, the Chol Nafshecha, Film Noitel Nafshecha, Oimi Masher Kosa, B'Nikdashti B'Teche, B'nei Yisrael. If you want, I can give you another copy, and she could share, have one. You don't have to share even. Huh?
She wanted to do something like this.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe better than
she asked him the question. So it was.
That was like. So Mesiris Nefesh is V'Hafta B'Nikdashti. So there is Mesiris Nefesh in Torah, and Chukim is Meram is a Mesiris Nefesh. But the shaila is, what's the connection with Yitzis Mitzrayim to Chukim? Void Medayik Sham Mao Omair Shatziv Elas Chukim B'Shvil Yira. Halo Yava Yavoid the Gedol Yosam Mekamo Yava B'Yira V'Lama Mekan LeYira. Bavar B'Maamaar Sheshalas Ben Chochem Ma Yidis Chukim Mishpotim Shatziv Hashem Eschem Sheshin. Never says
Still Hashem from Ave is harder than me. Higher.
Higher. I mean, higher.
Okay.
I mean, the truth is, you could look at the 100 levels. First of all, if you learn the Rambam, they're learning through Prakim and Chechesh Shuvah, the Rambam says that Av is higher than Yira. Last week, he says Av is Milas Avram Avinu, which is called Avram Oyevi, and Yira is lower. Okay, so the emphasis says that people Zoya, those 2 levels in Av and 2 levels in Yira. The lowest level of Hashem is Yira, and then there's 2 levels in Av, and the highest level is Yira. And that's Takaway. So this teaches the Pasuk. But whatever, not every mime is mechuyev to answer the same teretz. It's going to be slightly of a different teretz. Var b'mime shalas avan chol shamayit zechut b'mishpotim asher tiv Hashem l'kenu esklem sheshelosa ein al kol l'snyan Torah mitzvos eidus chuk b'mishpotim sharei koyden oisoi ben chochem. He's not asking eidus chuk b'mishpotim. He knows everything. Zat hamat chochem aves alts. Hu yedeh Torah mitzvos v'chol protin yaneyem. And not like the Meforsha Agod was saying that we're talking about someone who's missing a little bit of information. Lafata Amar Loi, whatever he doesn't know, fill him in until the last detail of it. The Chochem over here knows everything. Elo Shalosahi, Echmam Shichin Gilo in Safak de Mitzamaisis, Vezot Toichem, in Yeshelosa, Maid, Safak Mashpot, Mashiva, Samalakino Esra. Eschem Ratzalanum Atem, the Ein Avoida Shalachem Kamai Avoida, the Ovis, Shosam Avoidas, and Mesiris Nefesh. Binyan Luchen of Atem Shavoida Shalachem. Hirak was here Bepang Mamish. Ich Efshe Shatiam Shofer Kazu. His question is the Ovis is Versteich. What's his question? We're going to say in a second, the Ovis from Mekayim, all the mitzvahs beruchnis. Versteich. When you have Avram Avinu, Yitzchak, Yaakov, they had a connection in the Ruchni. So we say l'mashal the Tanya today, also learning Chitas the Rambam today, that nitla agapeho ksherim, and that's a pshat that the Torah calls the Zohar and the Madrasha bird. That we say that the wings are the Avavira is Gadfin, and that the Zohar says a person that does a mitzvah with Avavira there's no Gadfin l'solkalaya, it doesn't go up.
But the bird is kosher.
Oh, sagt der Alter Rebbe, verkehrt. The bird is doch kosher. Alamais lo solka leila davavira is the wind under the wings. There could be missing wings, and the bird is still kosher. The shaila of the Ben Chochem is not moa edus. Moa edus achukim v'mishpotim. This whole idea that when mechalak mitzvahs for edus chukim mishpotim, what's going on? Mela the mitzvahs Avram did, which was Dvekis Ruchnis, Mazet Alakus, and but us, which the ikar emphasis is on the Begashmias.
Physical.
Vid is that this should be so special. Mailing and Ruchni understand. How is it that that's the Shaila? Tzatzeichel the Grusha, the Shaila could be asked again and again and again.
How the physical matter, the idiot.
Right. Mela Avram Avinu, which is his, they brought Avram Avinu with the Malachim and he made matzah and the sticks of Yaakov and the Tefillin. No, for stay, because that was in Yeruchni. That's it. The ultimate fortune asks the difference of the Chocham and the Rosh. That the Chocham says Eschem and the Rosh says Lachem veloy loy. So, according to Chassidus in this Maimon, the other Maimon, the word is when he says Eschem, he means Eschem as opposed to Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov. The Rosh, when he says Lachem veloy loy, he says Eschem as opposed to Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov. That's the difference. The difference is huge. He says, Maza Eschem. Your mitzvah is different than Avram. Avram, the emphasis was Ruchni. By you, it's Gashim. Mela, a person davens with Ava V'Yida, and but the Alter Rebbe turns it on its head and says the Ava V'Yida is very nice. But the Ikir is the Asiyah B'Poel Mamish. Avram Avinu wasn't that way, but Avram Avinu, the Ikar was the Ava and the Yira, the Inya was the Inya Ruchni. Avram Oyavi. So that's a Shaila. That's why he's very different than Ben Roshan. He's asking Eschem Veloy Avram Yitzchak V'Yaakov. He's saying Lochem Veloy Loy. It's like a great difference. We're already talking about this, so even though we already did many Divrei Torah, we did 12, and within every Divrei Torah we did but stam a few shena vertlach. Num 1, 2, 3, 4. Azoi. The Frierdiker Rebbe says, what does it mean hakashinov? Frierdiker Rebbe said a word, take the shin out of the rosh. What's left if you take the shin out? Ra. Shin is a shakai, is a ois the gedusha. And the problem is that because he has a little that shin in him, so he can still burcha, make problems. If you knock out the shin, there's nothing left from him.
Shin over the shin.
Knock out the shin, and gornish bleiben. Now, well, kihinde
There's not going to be any
tindoif. Nothing left.
I don't understand. It's a Russia, so what, you're gonna break his teeth.
What's he gonna do?
Then he's gonna
you haven't gone outside. It's hakashinim. Knock out the shin. The ois shin.
Make him weak.
The Orechaim has a word, beautiful word. He says that there was people that Listim came and they robbed them. So they came to the Melech to complain that the Listim robbed them. So the Melech takes care of everything. Okay. Melech mishped yamid aretz. What happens? What happens if you're living in Chicago in the time of Prohibition, or you're in New York, the mafia is running the show, they call it the police are garnished. You're wasting your time. When will it help to come to the Arman Hamela? When the Shoimri Asaf are ehrlich mentioned, and they hear that there's an Avla, so they're very upset. They bring him in, and the Melech gives them commands, and Mechapta list them. But if the people that are around the Melech, they're listing themselves, they go to the Melech and complain, file a complaint. Yeah, it's going to shelf him. So the problem with the Rosh is that his gaiva is so strong that you can never get he can never get anywhere because it's like the Melech that the Shemri Asaf surround them and they are listim. The Shemri himself are listim. So you have to knock out what it means. Shinav doesn't mean his teeth. It means his gaiva. The gaiva of the Rosh doesn't let him any dusha to get into him. And knock out the gaiva, then you could talk to him. There is a third word. A word from Rabbi Sol Ruzhiner, the tzaddik Rabbi Sol of Ruzhin, was a grandson of the Heilige Maggid of Mezrich, Talmud Baal Shem Tov. His father, Reb Sholem, was a Moedik Tzaddik. And they said that once his father was talking, and a few people came. He walked in the father's room and he said to his father, Tati, Azoi, when the Azeger Macher wants to clean the Zeger, he takes out from his pocket a very delicate brush. And because you have to be, you have to be an expert. And then the Balabosta wants to clean her house. She doesn't this brush. Take a brush, Azoi. Take a brush. Then the guy that's working in the Arvas Asusim, he wants to get rid of the zevel from the Susim. The house broom is nishtam gesetzte bezem to broom out the zevel from the Arvas Asusim. He said, Tati, I think you're using the wrong type of brush right now. You're using that little thin brush. I think these people need that other brush that to get rid of the zevel from the Arvas Asusim. Yes. You're using too delicate a brush, he said, Tati. So that's the thing with the Rasha. The Chocham, the Shene, they literally use a little bit of a delicate brush. With him, you have to use, a more tough brush. Okay, Shane. Back into the Maamaar. I just figured we share a few better talk about it. So Taka, Apit said this, the difference of the Chocham and the Roshim is huge. He says, Ma eschem, but your mitzvahs is different than the mitzvahs of Avraham Yitzchak and Yaakov. Avraham Yitzchak and Ruchnis, use Gashmis. The Rosh is not the Rosh Poshet doesn't like the mitzvahs. Kenyan Bazeh Dina Razal Shabbos Mekayim Latala Terekula Atzla Nitla. Ela Shinya Zay Beruchno. Kome mitzvahs tefillin Makshe B'Teiroi Rechen Yech Avraham Tefillin Asher Nishka Kum Yitzis Mitzrayim. Boz Adayin Lo Yeklal Golos Mitzrayim Mavar Shakim Shaloi B'Pnimis Hainu Beruchnis. Gam Shemitzina Shov the Makol Seitzel Yaakov Hoy Bedugma Nachas Tefillin. So he did something Begashmis. Koma Kum Hariba Maklos Lo Nisha Kedusha. מזה מובן שעיקר אבוידס ברוחניס, ואילו הלבושה בגשמיס רק לסימן ורמז בעלמא שלכן נשק קדושה בדבר מגשמי ורק למסיס המצווה. It's a garnish geblieben the kedusha in the makos. So, but Shema Mino, that it says that Yaakovinu put makos. The Zoya says, but the sheep. So the Pashtus and Pshat is he wanted to, well, whenever the pasuk says business deal.
So it's good filling.
But yeah,
Bam is a kedusha of college.
So there was in one Ruchman, Isaiah said that those maklas that he put was really negative mitzvah. So still, yeah, those maklas were packet, but we don't find. It's hard to imagine. Yeah, it's hard to imagine there's any kedusha left in the makal. It's not mashma that way in the Torah. Should be sad that there's take. The Zohar says that the maklas and yonah given anochas tefillin, but lepoil the maklas are geblieben maklas. So it was symbolic, kilu, but the maklas did not become kodesh. Omnem a mitzvah shalachem at Torah she iker in yonah mu b'maise bepoil gashmis. Adavke deze mamshichim. The kavona helps; it's icing on the cake, but we don't need the kavona. The physical. If you did the mitzvah, no kavona, you did the mitzvah. All the kavonas. You didn't do the ma'isa, lo yotza. Zu shalos ben chochem. Ich mamshich my mitzvahs ma'isas gilo in sof. That.
Eating a piece of matzah.
Yeah. The shalos ben chochem. Ich mamshich what way is that? I didn't say good. Vrata pi yedush mshach the mitzvahs ma'isas mshach zahatzos mal zal yofish achim shuv mitzvah. Well, what's that? Kol chayil mabo. Hine pirish el mabo yeshnei pirushim yesh parshim el mabo is gan eden. Yesh parshim el mabo koil el masatchia. In the internal mitzvahs el mabo kol chayil mabo. Fina ma gelung the lost love of el matchia. Dafke de asiyas mitzvahs. What? Lamata begashim shich masatzim befen shesn deal is barab ratanem. Zo gam mashkol sin ter mitzvah lamata dafke. So Today, Mekomak and Matan Torah, you have to leave the Shnei Fanim. Could have been that the Torah comes down, or that the Abishta picks up the Yidden. Sharei Matan Torah, or Yochlis B'Shnei Fanim. Oish Yisrael Yalo Lamayla, the Shem Tenas Lama Torah. Oish HaTorah L'Tered Lamata, L'Poel Olo B'Ritzoni Zbore, Sheman Torah, Yib Oifim V'Yed Shemal HaSinai. HaTorah Nit Lamata, Begashmi is Dafka, V'Hainish HaKatzeh, El Yanoin Zov Shel Lamayla, Mayla Den Kates, Nimshach V'Ktzeh HaTachten Dafka. V'Zu Shalos Ben Kochim, Kechoize V'Shel B'Chol, Shona V'Shona, Ma Ha'edus HaShetziv Hashem Eskim, Shavodah Shalachem B'Asis, Hamitzvahs begashmi is dafke. Ich efshir shamshach gezu al yedei ma'isa mitzvahs begashmi. K'mitzad pechines chochma de gedusha. Eitzorich liz kim mitzvahs beruchni is dafke. K'moshe eitz la'avis. Seichel de gedusha, which is the Chocham always asks the same question. He can't believe it. Wow, it's a kliyat summa that Avram Avinu ikre gemen avas Hashem and in Yeruchni, and by us that we have man Torah dikir is gashmis. Zeh hatshuva avod min ala parve mitzrayim ve'etzienu shmida kneged mida kshem she'etzienu min ha'avdus b'mitzrayim betachlis ha'shiflus k'may ken tzarech lis kimo mitzvahs b'asiyah b'poel madaf. Number one is that avoda mayinu b'lepare b'mitzrayim that the Eibishter know that the emes that the kimo mitzvahs b'asiyah b'poel, that's the main thing. Gam zein imaspek adain al tzarech lis gam in yana bittul. The Yid has to have bittul in himself. So number one, the Yidden needed to be avodim laparim mitzrayim to get to the mila of doing Torah in and doing mitzvahs and naksiya gashmis. Number two, that there has to be the yana bittul. Al derech hamavur binyan timer b'yis olam shesh bezeh kama Tabiyudim, Kamoy, Kadishis, Galo Shlemas, Kechoisel, Pulos, Kates was a Lachik, Walabiromi, Ikirat Hamuk, Maamaar, Shalapasik, Shake, Mudishesh. Sure, Ilum Shinishtek, Kajbarach, Libres, and the Savak, Kajbarach, Lish, like this Barach, there with the Farm, Kamamer, Admira Zokin, if a Tavis can cashin, Shun, Shalamam, Tamadas, Lagamar, Bezon, Shtek, a Hollow Marshav, it's the Mosh Madrigos, Madregas, Matzarach, Lis, and a little Stoik, Vezo, Gamma, Laban, Man, you know, my mitzvahs begashmis l'churim. It's the chochma tzarich lis aved beruch nidavke. Kagam shetzarich lis in yenavon avasoge ein ze masvik. Tzarich lis gam in yenabitl. Zeu ma shekosa besim in yevetzavenu las kol achukim liyida shikur of my sebepoil lasis velo verak shetzarich lis beifin shel yida. Let me tell to the ben chochem the emissaries that it was kedai all the yisurim and mitzrayim to get to the level of man Torah, which is lasis, and also lasis and oifen from yida. Lasis and oifen from yida. Shikura ma'aseh b'poel lasis, ekshtzorech lis b'oifen shel yida, which is avodas al eved. Eved nemen, eved koshut, shneim yachad. So it was kedai the whole going in Mitzrayim, kedai the whole thing to have the mile of mitzvahs ma'asis, and then you need a second mile of bittul. Ishlo so lavai again, and give yon made the schuk mishpotim. Listen, this Maamaar, he's not. All my morning explains the mile of the that Ruchni a person could get as much as Ruchni as he is, but he's a human being. But Shenkin in the mitzvahs gashmi is the Eibush himself, but he's not going into this Maamaar to those. I'm just saying, Chocham is ben ma'apela. Chocham is ben ma'apela. Ruchnis, he understands. Avas Hashem, Dveikus, Tfila, he understands. He understands the Gewalt of these things. But to say the physical mitzvahs that now he said that if he was all the kavanas in the world, he didn't do the mitzvah b'maisa b'poil was out to garner. And so the answer is the takazoi that the Eibishter lane is not on our terms. In order to get the Eibishter lane, it's on his terms, and dafke through a mitzvah begashmias. And there's other beauty machsidis, like, well, for example, the difference of a Talmud and a Rav, and the difference of Ben and a Av. That the Talmud, could learn many years by the Rav, and he was trained by the Rav. But a child, because it's a tipa gashmis and the father, the child is taka doima la'avi v'yimai. So avodas Hashem of the office is like, a Rebbe teaching the Torah. Hake could be Reb Chaim Brisker allein und es could be a Talmud, that geheißen a Moshe Sokolov, und gewinnt Moiridik. Also haben wir gesagt, in die Yeshivas, Take der Moshe Sokolov is a Moshe Sokolov. So the Briskerov kommt es nicht. Because the Briskerov was a son and a Moshe Sokolov was a Talmud. Right? That's what they say in Brisk. Take the Moshe Sokolov was, I don't know what it means. I all I know is that he was a good student, and you read the Chidush of Chaim, it's hard to understand, and you meet the Sforim from the Moshe Sokolov, and you understand very good. Yeah, sure. What's his name of his Sforim? Something Moshe. Huh? It's something Moshe.
Zichron Moshe?
No, 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 no. Anyway, so as I sagt in the yeshivas, Take the Moshe Sokolov is groß, aber es hat Talmud. So, so this is like the difference, it's saying my morning Chassidus, the difference of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, which they had avoided ruchnis. Mashenkein, Anu, that are after Matan Torah, the Iker, his kashas, the Eibishter is through a mitzvah begashmis. And Africa, the mitzvah begashmis is greater. But the Iker in this Maamaar is just to say that we're saying, Avodah miyinu lefaret gewen kedai, all the pain for 210 years to be lefaret b'Mitzrayim, to get to this taket and the mila of doing mitzvahs, not beruchnius, to do dafka begashmis. The obvious is given with the Moshe Sokolov. Mizanim with the Briskerov. That's the upshot. And the pasuk continue, Vayitzaveinu lasas is kol achukim liyida. It's not enough to have the mile of asiyah, that the maisa, the poil is more important than the kavana. But also it's very important to have the ingredient of yida, which is meaning of yedinyan of bittel. V'yeshlo so lavai gaven agel giminyonim edus chut mishpatim. Shehem k'mosharin yoni pesach shenechlokim legimel anyonim. That there's Eidos Chukim Mishpatim, and also everything in Pesach, there's 3 and 4. I mean, the numbers in Pesach, everything is 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. That what's the 3?
This is she.
Yeah, I'll look them together.
Yeah.
So that what's the 3 in Yonim over here? Is Zoy. We have Eitz Chukim Mishpat, Pesach Matzah Morif. Frot is in a Matzah Guf, Yeshling Gimel Matzah. Belotchen Beinu, so comes to do it. Gimel Matzah, Menachem Zalze. Yisrael, Balabalevi, Balabakoyin. V'gimel Yanim Eila, Eitz Chukim Mishpat, in Pesach Matzah Morif, V'gimel Matzah, Zim Keneged Gimel Kav. Kav Yamin, Kav Smel, Kav Emtza. Vinyan. Hina Mishpat, Mem Mitzah Shasechel Machayv, Zen Yonin Shal Yisrael. Sheri Kolon Mefratish Yisrael, Mesnagal Pi Sechel. V'eidus Mitzah Shasechel, Mitzadatzim, Einem Machayv, Mavalach, Shemei Zamazulis. Leaving them who is in Yonashal Levi, Shin Kabbalah Sel Shalamai Masechel, Shin is a Bala Metzalakoim, Below Lachavishucha, Hukim him Mitz Shalamai Matam Das Lagamrich is in Yonashalakoim. So Yisrael Levi Koyin is like Eidus Chukim Mishpatim. That there is Mishpatim, which is Kal Yisrael, and then there's a higher level in Kedusha, which is Eidus, which is like the Levi, and there's a highest level in Kedusha, is the Koyin, which is Keneged Chukim. Because Kimet says Chamaritz Masaran and the flows movement, Shkam Las Lavi Gimli and Melu. Zem Ashkos of Ela Kim Yeshia Tzim, Vyovna Arei Yehuda, Vyeshu Sham, Yeshev Zerev, Adin, Cholov, Evish, Mayishkanaba, Hegden, Mashkos of Ela Kim Yeshia Tzim, even Arei Yehuda, Zem Masha, Oisa Kadosh Baruch Hu. And afterwards, the Pasuk is talking about the Yidden are doing. Vyeshu Sham, Yeshuv, Zerev, Adin, Cholua. It's been a Gale of Yisrael, but Kim Shane, Kolam Bayachad movement, Shem Gimel Chalukas. Yesh v'sham Yerusha Yerusha Loshon Ad Merazakim be Tanya Hoynatak Shlayam Boy. That's the Yerusha. Yana Shal Yisrael Shin Yerusha Shayach Lachalach Vechem Yisrael. The Indian of Yerusha that the Yid gets, the kedusha that he has, that's the Yerusha that's shaykh to every Yid. Yosef Avram Mitzvah Yaakov Zera Avad Yin Chalua Nachla is the Indian of Levi. Hashem name Lamar V'Elov Alach V'Shosucha. So we see that the lotion of Nachla is called by Levi. Every Yid could be a Levi. There's the dag of Kedusha of a Levi, which is Nachlose. He makes shalom between Yidden and the Eibishter. Av Hashem ze nikru koinim oy v'shmoy sheshmoy shekadosh baruch hu shalom. זה מה שקשור בו באיפה שכביס, זה כיוון שכהנים, אם מוזהרים על התומה, ולכן צריך מליס בארץ ישראל, נשכנו בה. לא בארץ העמים, because the goes a tuma על ארץ העמים. Shin a period, she goes a gusha, because I made a thing that it's tuma, even a gusha, avira, זה מה שכביס מקום ודוס מבייס המקדש, עליו נאמר לשייך נתדרשו. בדרך מה שקוראים פסח ולמועד לא יצא שבס ים שייך שבאיפה של כביס. So these three things, in the Pasuk, is talking about the three daggers of Eden. Yisrael, Agavurcha, that was the diuk in Chabad to set the kaira in that oifen dafka, because it's meramis for a few reasons. I mean, pashtus, everything in the Seder has to be azoy nishtandish. It's like every little detail in the Seder. It says in the Agoda, because it's meramis, a yid has to be always be yelach. Yisrael, Levi, Kohen. The diuk was to put the matzahs. The matzahs also not kale, even though be'emes there's a remes in the matzahs, which is the union of keli, and that's why in Chabad there's a diuk. There's matzahs when you bake the matzahs, because the heat, whatever, upon them, a lot of times the matzahs
not a flat one. Take one that like
right, and do upside down. It should be like a keli, right? Like a yarmulke, upside down yarmulke. Why? Because the thing is 6 in yonim on the say the plate, meramas on the oidus, the matzahs, and meramas on the kelim. So there is a remez, an Indian of keli in the matzahs, but still, when the minhag Chabad is when you put the 3 matzahs into the kaida, that you announce Yisrael v'olov alevi v'olov akoyen. Why azoy the diuk? Because the truth is, if you think about it, it makes sense the most. Because
you can't do otherwise. You can't by
no, definitely. Especially if you have a fancy kaida with azavi tevas noya, tachtim shnim shlishim, nice fancy curtain. But the iked is because you've started building from the foundation.
Belt starts the other way.
Huh?
Belt starts carrying.
Yeah. No. As I said, no.
We should keep keeping it like my father and belt does. If you
Yeah.
you have matzahs that are like that.
That's how you put it.
Yeah.
Because we're not that way.
This way, yeah.
No, but we don't use a care. But and we do we stop in the bottom.
Yeah. So it's meramis on Yelech. It's meramis Yud Lamed off. It's meramis that a person is going from the lower up. Mekricht, and the line of the Pesach is the inyan of going out of Mitzrayim. Mekricht arois. So therefore, that's the minhag Chabad. Those that know the other way must have it on their time. Huh? That's Chabad's minhag to start from the bottom. Rabbi Talansky, how do you do your matzah? You start from the bottom to the top. He didn't know. He doesn't know because as the kindlach come home from school, they tell you what to do with the Haggadah. Gedenkshenish, what his daughter was telling him to do.
It never had a silver plate on it.
Yeah.
I've seen him, but I don't know you to do that. Right?
I don't know.
Why?
You understood?
Yeah, I put a plate and then
Sterling silver.
Okay, the style.
it's silver underneath.
You have what a silver plate for that?
Yeah, and then I put the hair on top of it, just for the beauty. Because it says in the halacha you have to put kelim noim.
I guess you just use a matzah no plate.
Right.
Kohen Levi, so in the hand they used to put it on top of they had telelach. They put the zoya baits and on the matzah.
Right.
Yeah, the mat is in a plastic, so there's no problem.
Not in cash. There was no such thing as plastic.
So what?
Silver. Everything is silver, right?
Napkin?
No,
No.
because it was a matzah tash. It was a tash. It's a
Fancy like the Tevis Noach or
cloth.
cloth?
Yeah.
Not
No.
Interesting. וזהו, חוכם האוימר, מהו, אידס החוכם משפט מה שציווה שם לכנו עשר. וזהו, שאלה סבן חוכם. מהו, עניין קיום המצווה, was fragt der Chochem an den Indien Mitzvahs begashmis dafke. Shedei ze dafke yumshech atzmus. And it's mispala to him. It's a Chochem the Kedusha. Chochem is the union of Chochem. And the emes is, mitzad Chochem, Ruchnius makes sense. Dveikus, a kavone, but it's he the Ben Chochem is mispala that dafke begashmis is mamshech atzmus. Was that when we are about the Mayina?
Also the same question.
Because Chochem the Kedusha doesn't make sense. Also in dem Jahr war der Mayino Shadafke, der beginnt ein bisschen, Heulam Shachas Atzmos, and a Yid is bottle, and does the mitzvah begashmi is am Shachas Atzmos, and there's a boim, Lagula Asida, כאשר אלוקים יש יוצאים, ויבנה הרי יהודה, ויש שם ירשוע, וזה רבה ינחלו, ויש מאיש כנובו, ולא יכל שם מן הזבחים, ומן הפסחים, וביס משיח צדקנו בכל המאמש.
Omair.
Even shall helfen, mit der Portman von der Rishoyim, Hake Shinov, da ist nehmen der Shin.
Who wrote it? Identity?
Yes.
The mom should heard it says.
That's exactly. Even shall helfen, Take, that we shall praven the Seder, and we should have Chedes Amitis, Chedes from all the Nyonim of the Mavalvo, in Avodas Hashem, Chedes Amitis, Bevis Mashiach Tzedkein.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Jack, for joining us. Yochanan, thank you very much for joining us. Jack, you have your handmade shmur matzah?
Yeah.